The logic of a moron.
Mr. Reagan.
All right, so there's a video here that's gone viral. The woman's name is Tamika Mallory. She's the national co-chair of the Women's March, apparently. And she is a complete and total degenerate. Her rant here has 4.3 million views. I imagine that 4 million of those are hopefully viewing her as a complete moron, because nothing that she says in this video makes any sense. So the reason, like, I don't know how this has gone so viral, like as if what she says is really profound or important or something like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch this video and let's break it down. Let's see exactly what she's saying and let's see if it makes any sense or if it's complete nonsense. Spoiler alert, this is the logic of a moron.
This is a coordinated activity happening across this nation. And so we are in a state of emergency. Black people are dying in a state of emergency.
Say that, sis.
We cannot look at this as an isolated incident. The reason why buildings are burning are not just for our brother George Floyd.
In fact, they're not for him at all.
They're burning down because people here in Minnesota are saying to people in New York, to people in California, to people in Memphis, to people all across this nation, enough is enough.
Enough what? Enough what? Because twice as many white men die at the hands of police every year than black men. So enough of what? Enough what? Enough what? What are you even talking about? She's not clear. Obviously, she thinks that the people listening to her know what she's talking about. I guess they do. She lives in a fantasy where she believes that she is oppressed because of the white man. That's what she thinks. All right, before we continue here, I have to sell you something. Imagine if you had received a personal invitation to invest $50 in Uber when it was a startup. On IPO day, you could have made $248,250. That same $50 invested in Amazon before it IPO'd could have made you over $7 million. Mike Marculo was Apple's first angel investor. On IPO day, his windfall was already 220,552%. But that was when Apple was only worth $1.8 billion. Think about how much Marculo's net worth grew as Apple blazed a path to becoming the first $1 trillion company in US history. And without him, iPhones, Apple Watches, iPads, and other devices that we use in our everyday lives may have never been invented. Look at these surprising returns from these popular startup companies. One of these earned 583,264% revenue surge. What would you rather be, an angel investor or an IPO investor? The choice is clear as day. How would you feel if you could lock in a ground floor opportunity in the hottest startups this year that everybody's fighting over? Fortunately, Shark Tank's Robert Herjavec and his team of ultra-successful angel investors are here to help deliver angel deals with life-changing upside delivered to you on a silver platter. Watch the free video at getangelrich.com or click the link in the description below to see how you can participate in these potentially lucrative deals before the mainstream finds out about them. That's getangelrich.com.
Yeah.
And we are not responsible for the mental illness that has been inflicted upon our people by the American government, institutions, and those people who are in positions of power.
I agree with that. I think that her brain has been infected by the absolutely despicable racism that has been propagated by CNN, MSNBC, the New York Times, BuzzFeed, Politico, all of these left-wing, even NPR. They're constantly pushing this narrative that white people are evil and horrible and racist and black people are perfect angels. Of course these people are going to hate white people. Of course they are. Right? I don't blame them really for being racist, because that's the narrative that they've been fed their entire lives. You know what I blame them for? Burning down buildings. That was an action they decided to take upon themselves because of that hatred. All right, murdering people. The guy that got beaten to death in Dallas that I watched tonight. Yeah, those people, the people that did that beating, they are responsible for that. All right, but no, the hatred, I think, is probably the responsibility of CNN and public schools.
I don't give a damn if they burn down Target, because Target should be on the streets with us.
What? Target isn't a person. She knows that, right? It's a business. I don't think the business of Target could go protest on the streets with you. You can't manifest Target into a human form and then have that human form go protest. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sure there are people who work at Target that are protesting with you. So what are you talking about? Would the CEO has to go down and protest? Not sure that he would be welcome.
Calling for the justice that our people deserve.
It's ridiculous. You don't even know the facts of the George Floyd case. You saw a video and you jumped to a conclusion. The truth is the cop might be guilty, right? The cop might be guilty of manslaughter or second-degree murder or whatever it is that he's charged with and found guilty of. We don't know yet because we don't have all the facts. But this woman and the people that are celebrating her little screaming and yelling fit, they all assume that this cop is terribly guilty and a horrible injustice has occurred. They haven't even given the police enough time to look into the case and see if the guy is guilty. They don't know what's going on. They're just jumping to conclusions, and it's disgusting. Innocent until proven guilty. That is the standard in America, right? We don't know. We don't know exactly what happened, who's guilty of what. We don't have all the information yet.
Where was AutoZone at the time when Philando Castile was shot in a car, which is what they actually represent? Where were they?
What is she talking about? Again, AutoZone is not a person. It's a business. AutoZone doesn't move from place to place, okay? What do you mean, where were they? You can't burn down a business and say it's justified because that business isn't personified as a human being that agrees with me politically, right? You can't loot Target and say, oh, because the owner of Target doesn't agree with me politically, it's okay that I loot his store, right? If we disagree with people politically, we discuss the positions that we have, and we figure out who's right and who's wrong. You don't go steal from them. That's not a solution. Everything she's saying right now is completely insane.
So if you are not coming to the people's defense, then don't challenge us when young people and other people who are frustrated and instigated by the people you pay. You are paying instigators to be among our people out there throwing rocks, breaking windows, and burning down buildings.
Okay, so all of those people need to be fired immediately.
And so young people are responding to that. They are enraged. And there's an easy way to stop it. Arrest the cops. Charge the cops.
No. Yeah, so she wants every cop that was involved in the death of George Floyd to be arrested. She has no idea what the responsibility of any of those cops were, right? I read somewhere that the knee on the neck way of restraining a suspect is actually like a known method. I don't know if that's right or not. I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's true. Look, I don't know. It's clear to me that the cop was trying to restrain the guy. The video looks like it was quite a violent way of restraining somebody, and the guy said he can't breathe. But the problem with saying I can't breathe is that everybody in custody always complains about the handcuffs or things being uncomfortable. They always do. All right? You ever watch the show Cops? They all complain that they can't breathe or something horrible is happening to them. The autopsy report showed that he didn't die of asphyxiation, so it clearly wasn't the guy's knee on his neck that killed him. We don't know what killed him. We'll find out. Look, maybe it's true that the cop's actions ended up resulting in this guy's death. I don't know, okay? But I'm not willing to make that assumption. I'm certainly not willing to burn down a building or to loot a Target because of it. I mean, these people are unbelievable. This woman is clearly lost her mind, and it's all emotion. Look at how illogical what she's saying is. It's because she's been taught just to hate white people, just to hate cops, just to hate American culture utterly, so that she's just so filled with hate that everything she says is emotional. Nothing is logical or rational. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Charge all the cops, not just some of them, not just here in Minneapolis. Charge them in every city across America where our people are being murdered.
Yeah, okay, sure, your people are being murdered, even though white people are killed at twice the rate black people are by police officers, but your people are being murdered. Give me a break.
Charge them everywhere. That's the bottom line. Charge the cops. Do your job.
Yeah, we've got to put cops in jail all over the country because I don't even know, because they're killing black people like crazy. It's just not happening. All right, it's just not happening.
Do what you say this country is supposed to be about, the land of the free for all. It has not been free for black people, and we are tired.
How are you not free? In what way are you not free? You're sitting here screaming about how horrible and evil the cops are, and you're not being arrested. You're about as free as anyone is anywhere in the world, period. All right? You seem to be doing okay. You have video equipment there. Like, this woman is more privileged than literally every other person on Earth 100 years ago. And she's whining and complaining that she's not free. Give me a break.
Don't talk to us about looting. Y'all are the looters. America has looted black people. America looted the Native Americans when they first came here. So looting is what you do. We learned it from you. We learned violence from you.
Pretty sure you weren't around during the days of the settlers and the pioneers and the Native Americans. So I don't think you learned anything from anybody. I think that you're trying to justify looting because other people in history did other things that were also bad. I shouldn't laugh because this is a very serious situation going on behind me right now. And this piece of garbage degenerate is justifying all of it. She's the worst kind of human filth. All right. Play.
We learned violence from you. The violence was
That's
what
funny.
we learned from you. So if you want us to do better, then damn it, you do better.
How much violence have I caused her? You know, like, if you look at, I should show a graph here of the amount of violent crime that white people commit against black people versus how much violent crime black people commit against white people. It's ridiculous. It's something like 9-to-1, or the ratio. And black people are like 12% of the population. Okay, if you're 12% of the population, but you're committing 90% of the interracial crime, you're obviously not learning anything from us, right? You're inventing it. Now, the truth is, I don't know this girl, right? I can't judge her character in its entirety. All I can judge her on is the words that she's saying here. And she appears to be a complete moron. There's a complete and utter absence of logic here. She's not saying anything rational or sensible. She's merely expressing hate, just vile hate against white people, right? That is the kind of crap that is fueling these race riots right now. All right, well, I'm going to keep this one relatively short. That's it for me. And remember, it's not that our liberal friends are ignorant. It's just that they know so much that is not so. Good night.
The goal for all of us should be that one day things will be done neither because of nor in spite of any of the differences between us, ethnic differences or racial differences, whatever they may be, that we will have total equal opportunity for all people. And I would do everything I could in my power to bring that about.